I'm Brian Calle.
And I'm Cara Cummings, and we are going to interview Matt and Ross Duffer, also known as the Duffer Brothers.
The creators of the hit show streaming on Netflix right now, Stranger Things. Let's go.
Come on.
Cool. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for a couple seconds. Matt and Ross, the Duffer Brothers, the hottest show on Netflix in the world right now, streaming. So one of the big themes in the show is obviously the 1980s. Like, what fascinated you guys so much about the 80s?
I think a lot of it is just that, these are the type of storytelling that we fell in love with that made us want to do this in the first place. A lot of that storytelling came from the 80s. Those are the movies that we first fell in love with. So, we were born in '84, but a lot of my childhood is just rewatching these movies on VHS over and over again.
For sure.
And so a lot of it was just trying to recreate, as best we could, the feeling that we had as kids watching these stories.
What movie did you watch the most on VHS?
Ooh.
I don't know.
We had like when our VHS collection like sort of gradually expanded, but initially I think we just had 10. You know what I mean? I know it was Batman,
For sure.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Home Alone, and then some not so great ones. But still are dear to my heart, like the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever.
Oh, for sure.
Back to the Future.
With Vanilla Ice.
Anyway, whatever. We watched all this stuff over and over.
That's awesome.
So I'm a Chapman student, you're a Chapman alumni, and I know I've had some crazy memorable experiences here so far. I was wondering if you guys had any memories you look back on and you've incorporated actually into the show.
Oh, from
Chapman, from your time here, yeah.
Did anything happen on campus that maybe made it into the show?
God. I don't even know.
I don't know. I feel like most of it was. I mean, listen, we took a lot of lessons from Chapman was integral in sort of getting to where we are, but I think that most of it is pulling from scene-wise and stuff is pulling from our childhood. I mean, certainly we'll make occasional references to people like Michael Kowalski, and we'll just give a little shout out in the show if we can, just sort of, because our Chapman days were so important to us. So if we can, we'll put in a little Chapman Easter egg in there.
That's awesome.
Great,
so
yeah.
so then you said your childhood. So was
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons in your childhood?
We did play Dungeons and Dragons, but it was actually more Magic the Gathering, which is what we did.
I support
but we did
that.
play some. That was what we were obsessed with. We did play Dungeons and Dragons, but in '84, Magic the Gathering was not around, and so sort of Dungeons and Dragons.
Even if it wasn't around, not as dramatic.
True.
Watching,
It's
watching
a little more
bunch of
fun
kids
to
sit
do
around and
Dungeons and
play.
Dragons.
So which one of you would you say is better playing?
Better
Yeah.
at life. At
No,
Dungeons
Dungeons
Magic
and Dragons.
Gathering?
Yeah, imagine.
God, I don't remember. We'd have to
Break out the
now
cards
you're,
again.
Now you're.
I hear
starting-
it's cool again, so maybe we should start doing it.
Magic is cool again.
I think people are playing it.
Oh, it's super popular. Well, thank
Yeah.
you. I know you guys got to get out of here. I'll play it with you anytime. But before we go,
Yeah.
last question is Eggo waffles. They're like a huge thing in the show.
Right.
They're making a comeback now because of you guys. So if you could add or substitute Eggo waffles into any food, what would it be?
If I could put
Eggo waffles into any food?
Yeah.
I think they're best enjoyed as they are. Like with a little bit of
Yeah, no.
bacon.
I finished mine this morning, and I was wondering if you guys would like
gonna-
to sign it for me.
That's great. Well, thanks for your time.
Thanks.